What's up? What's up? This is In My Circle. I'm Ralph, also known as DJ Noise. Um, how's everybody? It's been a while since I've been on. And, yeah, you've read it right. We're going to talk about Trenton, New Jersey. It's a surrounding town or city that, we're near. Um, and it's, you know, right now, though, I'm just going to quickly go through a couple of things, just a couple of things, just slight current events that I just wanted to. Um, Authorities have officially ended the search for Frank Matthews. He was a kingpin in the 70s. He was indicted. He was supposed to do a certain amount of time in jail, and instead of going to jail, he dipped out with 20 million, his girl, and was never seen again. The FBI have officially ended the search for Frank Matthews. In Missouri, a teacher nicknamed Camel Toe gets 4 years for having inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old student. Police say the teen's dad helped cover it up. Man, that's crazy. That's also a crazy nickname, right? Camel Toe. That's insane. Could you imagine? Well, I mean, I don't think they just say, "Hey, Miss Camel Toe." I think the students among themselves would have, conversations. Oh, hey, look, it's Miss Camel Toe, because she's always came in. She almost probably always went into class with something tight on, and you can see the camel toe. Maybe she probably went commando, and there you go, camel toe. Um, in New Jersey, a statewide plastic fork ban moves forward in New Jersey. So I guess it's going from one step to the next. I guess. Um, First it was straws, then they brought straws back, and then I don't know if straws is in limbo. Now they're trying to outlaw forks. I don't know why the forks. Um, Maybe they don't serve a purpose, or maybe they're, who knows. But I guess we won't have to go over the bridge for. Oh, it will add to the now law of no plastic bags in New Jersey, no forks in New Jersey, no um straws in New Jersey. So if you want your plastic fun, you have to go over to New York or Pennsylvania and get your plastic knife or your plastic fork, plastic bag, and your plastic straw fix over in the other neighboring states. Isn't that crazy? They're gonna ban forks now. It's plastic forks now. Yeah, that's the first. Um, a local former retired teacher, um, known as Santa. I think it was Santa Sam. I don't know his name. I don't know who his name is, but he would dress up as Santa, and they recently arrested, raided him for having inappropriate material pertaining to children, um, photographs and stuff, stuff like that. Um, it's crazy. You never know who it is or who's one of those pet type um, individuals. It could be a Santa Claus person dressed up as Santa Claus that we, you know, we put our trust in. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about Trenton.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I was gonna just make a slight commentary on two of the things. One with
Okay.
the plastic fork things. I didn't realize that we were not gonna. Now, who's putting that proposal of no plastic
I
forks?
have no idea.
Is that here in New
It's
Jersey?
New Jersey, a plastic fork ban moves
Figures.
forward here in New Jersey, report says. This was from NewJersey.com.
Hmm.
I just clipped it just to.
You know, it's amazing. But you remember back in the '80s? I'm gonna keep it real short. When we did the oh, we got to save the trees, so use plastic bags.
Yeah.
You remember?
Well, they outlawed bags in New Jersey. We have plastic bag outlaw. We don't
Yeah.
have plastic bags in New Jersey. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Mhm.
We can get plastic bags. I
Believe
mean,
it or not,
there is
those carry
bodegas.
those carry on.
They're worse for the environment.
Yeah, because why? They're
They don't. They don't.
petroleum based.
Well, they don't dissolve. They don't
So,
dissolve.
like the regular plastics.
So they're gonna get into
Mhm.
worse things than. I mean, we. This is what I understand.
You're
We
absolutely
try
right.
to solve an issue
hmm
by creating another issue.
Right.
So there's no solution.
Yeah, but for almost 40 years, it was like, save the trees, don't use paper bags, use metal for your home, don't use wood beams. That's why we have the stainless steel beams.
Well, we in New Jersey we don't. I was mentioning we don't have straws
Mhm.
or the
Well,
Trumps
well,
bring back.
technically, some places I've been here, they've been giving me plastic straws. I won't mention the business's name.
So they brought them. They're illegal, but they still brought. They're still using them.
Use them. Yeah.
Some stores have plastic bags,
Mhm.
even though they're illegal.
Mhm.
But
But you
what
can
are they
get
gonna do?
plastic for your fruit. Plastic bags for your fruit.
I still think that should be outlawed as well.
Well, they're going to outlaw it in California. No, I don't think so. Because a lot of fruit, the plastic keeps, something stepped on or something like that. Unless you can make something that's fabric and leak proof.
Yeah.
You know, that's the key thing.
I just think
But no matter what, how you get the stuff that's leak proof, it's going to be petroleum based. Unless you can unless you can make it plant based. Like using weed.
petroleum base is still bad for the environment.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know it is. But the craziest thing people say that petroleum is bad for us, right? Environment.
But we
But-
use it in our medicine.
Thank you. And it's also.
I don't think you knew I knew that.
I know. Oh yeah. Oh, I had a feeling you knew it, but you took the words right out of my mouth. Let's put it that way.
Our medicines,
And also
our
candy.
medicines were birthed from the oil
Yeah.
companies.
Yeah. And also candy. Starburst, Skittles, M&Ms, the coating.
Yeah.
Yeah, all petroleum based. Even some of the fruit is petroleum based. Believe it or not, the apples, because the wax.
The wax, the wax that they put to protect them from
from
parasites and worms.
Yeah.
It's a wax that keeps them away, but that
so
wax
basically,
is
you're just getting us, and we're trying to figure out how do you get microplastics in your system. Well, there you go. You eat the M&Ms, your medication, your medicine, your shots. Oh yeah, that too. Guilty.
He didn't know. He didn't know. But when I put, they say that drinking bottled water is safe, right? It is
Only if
safer
it's
than
cold.
drinking.
Only if it's cold,
What do you mean?
because when
You
it's
mean
cold,
if it's hot, like
yeah, then
yeah,
you have risk of getting more microplastic. But if
Yes.
it's cold, there's no leaching. So you want to keep it cold. I hate to say this, but I know some people, and I myself sometimes will keep cases of water in your car until I found out. This was about maybe 15, 20 years ago when I found that the reason why they say it's dangerous is because when it gets hot, the inner plastic starts leaching.
Well, when he says leaching, it's
But it's so microscopic.
kind of like microscopic
Yeah,
melting. It's like melting into the water.
right.
So becoming part of the H2O, changing the microscopic
Mhm.
makeup of the water
Or water.
without you knowing.
We should
Remember,
go
it's
back.
microscopic.
We should, for maybe we should go back to glass for certain items. Because I'm gonna tell you, I had glass water.
It costs too much for glass.
Not too much, because Voss water. I think it was like, well, at the time it was like $2.50 for a bottle of Voss glass, but it was a huge bottle. It's going up maybe like $4. And I'm gonna tell you, coming out of the glass bottle, it was delicious. And they do have some water still today. I forgot. I think it's Mountain View or something like that. That comes in a green bottle.
Isn't it Perrier?
Not Perrier, but there's another mountain water that comes in the glass. It's green, but not Perrier. But I think it's called Mountain View or something like
I
that.
don't know.
But anyway, I tasted that water. The glass versus plastic, it's night and day. Night and day. When I was in Miami, and I was so thirsty. This is the first time I heard about Voss, right? I was at the American Black Music Festival down there.
When?
Very expensive.
When?
2013. 2013. So about 12 years ago. this
When
past summer
what was it? Then you went. Then say it again.
in Miami,
Yeah.
the American Black Film Festival in Miami. I'm trying not to get a promo.
Well, I mean, what did you?
Oh, I'm sorry. But what happened was it was so hot because we went in June. It was so hot and muggy in Miami. I was like dying of thirst in the sun. And when I finally went into the hotel, it was at the Ritz Carlton down there. And went into the hotel, registered, and the lady came up to me and said, "You want some glass of water?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Oh man, it's so freaking hot out here, man. It's like 130 degrees or something like that out there." So she gave me this glass of water. She gave it to me in the plastic cup, but it came out of a glass bottle. I tasted that water. I said, "Man, that's some good water." I looked at it. I said, "Voss water." I said, "Oh man, that's some good water." It came out of that glass. I never tasted water like that. It was like, "Oh man, that was delicious."
I used to work in a liquor store. You remember years
Oh
ago?
yeah, that's right.
It was like 6 years ago. Damn.
Wow, that's been. Oh wow, don't feel like it.
No, 7 years ago. 7 years ago,
It's been 7,
I used to work at a liquor store. We're going on
18,
8 years because I worked in 2018.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was only 1 year,
Mhm.
and maybe a little bit more than a year.
Mhm.
A little. It was a little bit more than. It was a little bit more than a year. Okay,
Mhm.
and there was a guy who would come in
Mhm.
and buy all the Voss water.
Oh, really?
He would buy like
The
if we had like 6 cases, he would like, I want to buy all your Voss water, and we didn't know why this guy wanted the Voss water.
Mhm.
And fucking Voss water, I guess, is really good.
Yeah, it's really good water.
I've never tasted it.
Yeah, it's really good water. But now they got a competition now. There's an Italian water. It's pretty good. It comes in a glass too, but it also comes in plastic. It's an Italian water. I forgot the name of it. But anyway, it has an orange and white label to it. But if you can get any water in glass, that's even.
I like Fiji water.
I do too.
That's
I like Fiji, and I like the Hawaiian
plastic.
water. It's
That's
plastic,
a plastic water,
but it tastes good. So
but it's Fiji's good.
as long as it's cold, it tastes great.
Fiji is amazing. It tastes really good.
Fiji is amazing. Oh, there's another amazing water. And the only store that sells it is ShopRite and 7-Eleven.
Speaking of water, since we're
I'm
talking
sorry.
about water,
Let me just tell you what it is.
Trenton's Waterworks.
Oh yeah, hold on. Let me just tell you what it is before I forget. You got to try it. If you ever go to 7-Eleven or you go to ShopRite, get Icelandic water.
Oh yeah, that's good too. I've had
Yeah.
it too.
Oh, you had it. Yeah. 7-Eleven. Oh man, that water is good. Okay, go with Trenton water.
There's I think there's Evolve water or Smart water.
Oh, I don't like smart water. It tastes like tap water. I'm sorry.
There's Evolve, I think.
Evolve or something like that. I think I know what you're talking about, like Evol or something.
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
Evol or something like that. Yeah,
There's a couple.
couple.
Fiji though, I like Fiji. Fiji tastes something, just a crisp taste to it.
Well, yeah, the crisp taste. Fiji has a crisp taste to it. Wakai, the Hawaiian water.
That's the one. Yeah, I had that too.
That was good. Good. And Icelandic, and there's Iceland, and there's Icelandic. They're both good, but I think there's actually 3. There's Iceland, Icelandic, Iceland water, and then there's Icelandic, and there's another one.
I've had Iceland and Fiji, and
those are my favorite
I
waters.
try not to to mess with other than whatever
Walmart gives you.
whatever they give us. Maybe piss water. We don't. We'll still drink it. We don't know.
Yeah, this one I get from.
But speaking of, why we all drink bottled water is because Trenton Waterworks, yes, while they promote crisp, clean water, it's not always that correct.
Right.
The just 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, we had
there's always an issue there.
hot boil
Water
advisory.
Yep.
And we're pretty much one catastrophe away from just not having water.
And yet they raised the price.
They're gonna raise the price
again
to like to like maybe $40-$50 more.
Yeah.
A month.
It's like the more they raise it, the worse the water gets.
Well, the thing is, you're talking about they need at least $50 billion
Mm.
to resurrect and rebuild and repair, retool, reorganize Trenton Waterworks.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue is that they don't want to do it because it's a bottomless bank account
Right.
with no oversight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
There's a
they
couple.
use it for a petty cash, I guess. Get whatever they want from it. And there's no repair. There's, I guess, let's say if they take $100 million in, they'll take 20 million and do whatever they want to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of, and I'm not, don't quote me on
They need to be
the
audited.
actual numbers.
They need to be audited.
What I'm trying to say is I'm using that as an example, because I don't want the listeners to misunderstand and me end up being, 20, no, I don't want nobody to say
Say that.
the numbers, we're just using it as an example. But it is a bottomless pit that sometimes they don't take that money and put it in the new structure, restructuring. They don't, like,
Well,
during COVID, there was a $200 million grant or something. I think
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I think there was 200 million or more, 240
which
million.
is plenty to fix Trenton. Trenton's only so big.
It could have gotten it there,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't know what that money went into.
Though Trenton Waterworks, I think they serve everywhere but Princeton.
Yeah, I think so. They
I think
help
Princeton-
Hopewell, Lawrenceville, Ewing,
Hamilton.
Trenton, Hamilton, Bordentown.
They do Bordentown too?
I think
Burlington
so.
County?
No, I think Bordentown, a little bit of Bordentown.
Maybe. Oh, they're like on the surface, like on the edge
Well,
border,
I mean,
maybe.
There's it's not that much far. You know
Far,
what I'm saying?
right.
So
Yeah,
I think it could be some Bordentown, not a lot.
right.
Could be some.
Because I think Princeton
know-
gets their water from Middlesex County.
Who?
Princeton.
Princeton?
Yeah, I think they get it from Princeton.
Yeah, I don't
Middlesex County.
know, but I know it's. I think it's a couple. It's like maybe 5 municipalities. It's
Mhm.
maybe 6. It's
Right.
Lawrence, Hopewell, Ewing,
Mhm.
Trenton, Hamilton, and might be somebody else.
Now, look at all that money that's coming in at $300 or $400 at a pop, right? From all those townships, and yet they still have issues.
Well, the thing is
We're
that
talking about thousands, tens of thousands of homes.
no, more than that.
Like 500, 500,000, maybe more.
No, not
Homes.
half a million. Not a half a million people. You're talking maybe
Oh, don't forget the businesses too.
let's say 500,000
Yeah, it's-
customers.
yeah.
We'll
Don't forget you
say
got the
600. We'll say
businesses,
600,000 customers.
shopping centers, the malls.
Let's just for shits and giggles.
Yeah, just to see what it is. Yeah, but one of the things they should do.
Hold on.
Oh, go ahead.
How many customers does Trenton Waterworks have? 200,000 people.
Really?
Yeah.
Of all the towns?
Yeah. 200,000 people. So I said 500,000. I was close. But 200. You're talking about 200,000 people. With 200,000 people.
Because between Hamilton and Trenton, that's about 200,000 people right there. I don't think that's right.
Yeah.
That can't be because
Yeah.
Trenton and Hamilton has over 100,000 homes. Combined together is 200,000.
AI overview. Trenton Waterworks TWW serves over 200,000 people with about 63 metered customers across Trenton, parts of
Really?
Ewing, Hamilton, Hopewell, Lawrence, in New Jersey.
That's kind of low. So is there? You have to think about it. That's kind of low, because like Pennington and Ewing Township has like over 100,000 people, and plus they got a lot of apartment buildings.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what the AI overview is. That's
Let me
what the AI
let's see.
overview is telling us.
Let's see. Let me look it up. Let me see. I'm gonna go.
That's what the AI.
I'm gonna go
overview is
against
telling us.
AI. Let's see.
He thinks so. It's wrong. He thinks it's wrong.
But But one thing I think they should do to save money, I think they should take out the fluoride.
Real quick, before Ruben's gonna get into a different topic,
Oh, sorry, it was part of
um,
it.
TMZ reported about a day ago, Busta Rhymes, the famous Busta Rhymes, cursed out a content creator when he called
Oh, I
them
was just reading that.
Tracy Morgan.
I was reading
And
that
you know what?
on the way here.
You know what? Yeah, I don't blame him. I would curse your ass out too. Shit, don't call me Tracy Morgan. Get my name right. It's Busta Rhymes, damn it. I guess he got him all in check. Back to you, the Trenton. So Trenton, we're talking about Trenton. What's going on in Trenton?
Yeah.
So Trenton's issues is first Trenton Waterworks, right? Second, I can't say the politics because the politics is politics.
Right.
Trenton as a whole, Trenton, until Trenton wants to revitalize or change its narrative,
Right.
Trenton will always be the same thing. The thing is that they need to change the ordinance, closing companies down or businesses down at 11, because it's like the police don't want to provide extra security, and you don't
Right.
want to you don't want people to get robbed and stuff like that. That is the nightlife thing. That's the night, right?
Right.
Years ago there were Wawas in Trenton,
I remember that.
CVS's.
CVS's.
I think there is one CVS in Trenton.
And there was a lot of pizza shops.
A lot of pizza shops, a lot of 7-Elevens. I think there's still a couple 7-Elevens in
Here and
Trenton.
there.
There's maybe one or two, maybe three. Couple different small. There's not a lot of big businesses.
Because I was just downtown today. Because like I said, I had to go meet a client in Princeton today. And
well,
I
Payless.
had
Payless used to be down there, right?
Yep. Payless.
They went out. Well, they went out of business.
Woolworth
So
used to be
Woolworth,
down there. Yeah.
Woolworth. Listen,
That closed in
some
the
of the
night.
viewers don't even know.
What Woolworth is, yeah. Just saying what used to be
Woolworth's-
there.
Woolworth used to be.
Right on State Street.
Woolworth
On East State-
actually was.
On East State Street.
Well, no. I'm saying Woolworth was founded in Trenton,
Where is?
wasn't it? Was it a?
I was gonna say, I guess you're right about the AI things. I even looked up the regular notion without the AI. It still said 200,000. That seems really low.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Where was Woolworth first started? Okay, my mistake. Ithaca, New York.
Oh, I think on New York.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I don't. That's not a bad.
But Woolworth
That's not a bad suggestion.
made its
It's way in the trend.
yeah. It was Dunham's.
Oh yeah, Dunham was in trend.
Dunham's, right?
Look it up.
Dunham's was founded in Trenton. Yeah.
It was.
Yes, a major department store named Dunham's. SP Dunham and Company was a prominent retailer in Trenton, New Jersey.
All the way up to the 1980s.
No, later than that. It was the 90s. Dunham closed down in the late 90s.
Oh, okay.
I'm not looking at this right now in as a
Trying to remember, Dunham's in the 90s.
Independence Mall.
Oh, I'm thinking downtown.
Independence Mall.
No, I'm talking about there's a
but,
Dunham's downtown Trenton.
But Dunham was eventually moved out to Independence Mall.
Mall. Right.
Where I guess eventually that's where they died.
Yeah.
Remember, they used to be there for a long time ago.
Right. They were there.
mean,
I used to get my school uniforms near.
There was a movie theater. There was a movie theater there many years ago.
Yeah, there was, wasn't there?
I mean, there's one
there
now, but
it
there was
closed
one
down
back.
for a while,
Yeah,
and then they reopened it.
because I remember in '87. I think that's where I watched the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, really? I never went to that mall for movies. I tell you, I never went to the Independence Mall for movies. The first time I went was actually when it became Decenta, and now was it Lowe's or whatever it is now.
Yeah,
it's a shame because I had a membership there too.
I don't even watch movies there. And
but I used to go to Great Mall and watch the movies at AMC. They had 4 screens.
I lived I literally lived around the corner from a movie theater, the major
Yeah.
AMC movie theater,
Mhm.
and that was a, how do I say it?
Very popular.
It was a very it was a
Yeah.
Hamilton destination.
Yeah.
It was a place to go
Mhm.
on a Friday night, Saturday night.
Mhm. Yeah, I never knew
Um,
that. I never knew that. I never even knew there was a movie theater there. I went to Independence.
what?
Yeah, I kid you not. I only went to Independence Mall to get my school uniform. That was it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Well,
You
'cause I
didn't
went to
know
Catholic
that
school.
AMC 24 was in 24? You never been to AMC 24?
Oh, I thought you meant Independence Mall on Broad Street.
No, no. Well, you were talking about, we were talking about all the movie theaters.
Oh, I didn't realize you jumped to the MC on
Well, you said
Sloan.
you didn't go to that. You said,
No,
oh, you went.
Independence Mall. I didn't go. I didn't know. I never went to that movie theater
Yeah, I went
in
there
the
maybe
'80s.
that was the late
Yeah, I
80s.
never went to that one. I just went to Independence Mall to get my uniform. The AMC on Sloan. Yeah, I went there a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I
was
had a
a
lot
major.
of dates there too.
That was a major. You know, the
Mhm.
difference between,
Ooh.
a major
Mm,
theater,
mm,
like I guess the early 2000s,
mhm.
was where AMC, made. I mean,
Yeah,
remember,
even GMC General Cinema
well,
was at
AMC,
Mercer Mall.
AMC reached its pinnacle,
Mhm.
you know, during the pandemic.
Well,
They
I
they
gotta tell you,
died. They died during the
well,
pandemic,
well,
right?
I could tell you. I know we digress from Trent a little bit. Let me just make this so short. Back in the remember I was trying to do the streaming. Well, actually, before I did the streaming, I'm still trying to work on that. I'm trying to get back into it. Just funds, of course. Um, but when I was doing the movies and I was trying to figure out how I could distribute this is way before streaming. I wanted to see how can I distribute it to the movie theaters.
Yeah, yeah.
So I reached out to AMC since it was one of the biggest movie theater chains, and so I reached out to them as two different people, as a director and as a distributor. I got back two different responses.
What, really?
Yep, two different responses. When I replied as a independent filmmaker, they gave me like that much paperwork to fill out. Like, how are you going to advertise? What is your budget for advertisement? All this. But when I like, where are you going to promote and advertise your the movie? What the movie's about? Are you going to take money from the ticket sales or the concession stand? It was it was like a lot of questions just for anything. But when I responded as a distributor, it was like 10 questions. It was like two sheets. That was it, 2 pages. Not even front and back. Yeah.
Distribution. They push more distribution then.
Yeah. It was more on the distributor. I said, Lester, look at that. And they didn't realize that they sent it to the same person, whoever was sending it out. So, and the irony of it is that at the time, AMC was like, the big dog, and, like if you want to get in here, you got to pay out this much money and stuff like that. And now,
Now AMC is not even.
now
Like, AMC
they
is
can.
still a business, but
It's not business, but they're they're
it's
almost paying you to almost like they they give you like discounts on like if you want to rent out the whole theater for the family, like $200 or something like that. If you want to see one movie, you can rent out the whole theater for like $125, $200 for for the day. And I'm thinking to myself, back then, this was back in maybe 2010, 2012.
the thing is,
It's amazing how they did a total 180 where they gave you that much difficulty to get into the theater. Now they're begging people to
what the
get into
thing
the
is,
theater.
the pinnacle of movies reached its pinnacle.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It reached its threshold as
Right.
to, like, in 2020.
Hmm.
2020 was AMC's hardest year in operation.
Right.
And I'm not even looking up the numbers,
Hmm.
but
Oh,
on a
sorry.
company who, you can look it up,
No, I
on
believe
a
you.
on a company
I don't
who
even know if you look it
relies
up.
on
You're absolutely right.
bodies to watch their product
Hmm.
at a $20, almost a $20 um, ticket. You know, you're relying on people, and there was nobody going in there
Right.
during 2020.
Mm-hmm.
The company virtually died, almost died,
Right.
you know, overnight because
Mm-hmm.
nobody was going in there. And it's not just because of the pandemic. I think a lot of different things hit them full. Like it was a perfect storm. 2020 was this perfect storm that everything just came and collided
Mm-hmm.
with the times.
Mm-hmm.
Streaming, the streaming abilities with AI and different
Mm-hmm.
platforms on
Right.
the rise.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix is a super monster right
Yeah.
now.
Oh man, can you believe that?
Netflix,
Started from a garage,
yeah,
and look at it now.
we used to rent stuff from a box, a
Yeah.
red box, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Netflix bought the red box thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people remember that,
Yeah.
but Netflix started as a mail-in thing
Yeah. In a garage.
out of a garage.
At a garage, because the guy
He
if
started with games. He started more like with
games,
games,
right?
right?
Right.
Games you would get
Game.
because
Yeah.
nobody wanted to pay all the money for games.
Games.
So you can
Mhm.
for like $2,
For 30 days.
for
Or something
30 days, you could rent a game,
Game.
and you would get send it back. As long as you send it
Send
back,
you get
you
another
get a
one.
different game.
Yeah.
And then it got to movies,
Mm-hmm.
and then it became different. You're like, well, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Then they became a red box kind of thing.
I gotta
And then it moved on to
orders.
your Amazon Fire Stick,
Right.
right? Where people were like, oh
Right.
my god, I gotta get this platform.
I
or
gotta
this.
I gotta tell you with the Netflix.
Hold on,
Oh,
hold
I'm
on.
sorry.
And then with the Amazon
Mhm.
TVs
TV.
integrating, and now with Amazon
Prime.
making their own movies.
Yep.
Okay, Amazon is now
Making their own movies.
their own studio now.
Yeah.
They're making. They're putting they're putting the products
Out there.
that instead of instead of them charging or them paying
Mhm.
a company or a studio, say,
Mhm.
hey, you want to put your stuff onto to make it compatible. Well,
Mhm.
they're making calling fire the TVs, but they're making the platform. They're
Right.
putting the pretty
They're
soon,
making the product.
yeah, pretty soon you'll be like, oh, CBS what? You'll be like, oh, Amazon this, Amazon News. It'll be a one-stop shop. You can watch all your, everything through your
Actually,
TV, order everything,
Mhm.
and you don't even have to leave your house. I mean, look,
It's kinda like that right
Amazon
now,
is so
actually.
crazy. Look, he's got an Amazon box, and everybody, I'm pretty sure everybody in this building has an Amazon box in their. I think everybody in this town has an Amazon box in their house. So, not to lose, con, you know, not to lose what I'm trying to say. To yes, we're talking about Trenton. Yes,
Yeah.
but this is all
It's all in context.
this is all in context because what's going on is AMC was getting smacked, and yes, it's not Trenton,
Right.
but it's relative because everything smacked AMC all at once. The pandemic punched it here. The streaming companies, all the Amazon and Netflix battling it. All these different companies
Well, I'm gonna tell you-
that are out putting their
That's-
own music, their own movies out. Look at Peacock.
Right.
Peacock is a major platform now.
Yep.
Look at Paramount. It's a major platform. Look at Netflix is about to buy. Okay, all the regulations is going to take about a year, but they're about to buy Warner Brothers.
Oh yeah, they're
And
in the
it's
fight
a-
still with Paramount. on
It's a
that.
historical. Well, it's already been approved. They now They have to go through the regulations
Right.
and all the
The FCC.
the FCC. They're
to make sure it's
splitting
not
up.
make it a monopoly.
Yeah, they're gonna split it up. They're gonna make different entities and stuff like that, so it
Right.
doesn't. So they don't step on people's
But I was going
toes.
to tell you that
They keep it competitive.
even though it went through, Paramount still is fighting it because they want a piece of it, and even Amazon is fighting it too because they're trying to up the bids against Netflix.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think
So
Netflix. I
they're
think
gonna-
Netflix.
But
I
with-
think Warner Brothers could end up being split,
right,
and then Amazon get a
Well,
piece, Paramount get a piece,
you know,
and Netflix gets
Warner
a piece.
Brothers has been trolled around like a whore. It was owned by AOL, then it was owned by Time Warner. Back and forth, back and
Look
forth.
at all the stuff that Warner
But
Brothers
it
has.
has. Oh yeah, back
Warner
to
Brothers
like,
has,
You're talking about over
You know
80 years of
the
movies.
Hollywood
Actually, no, I'm
studios,
sorry, but 90 years of
right? The
movies.
Hollywood studios, the
Yep.
movie aspect of it, and they said if we buy it, Netflix buys it, we will continue to make movies.
Right.
And I guess not the way WB
Mm.
does it in their studios.
Yeah.
Because
And
and that's what's going to take away from
as
this
a
historical whatchamacallit.
exactly, and as a Netflix employee, me, in some shape, form, fashion,
Well,
that is very, very true.
and you know it's what they can do is they can split up. It might the company might be just split up into two
Mhm.
different pieces,
Pieces.
and Netflix gets the overhaul because that is what they're doing.
Or it might be Warner Brothers,
Warner
a
Brothers
Netflix
is
company, or something like that.
well, Warner
And
Brothers is not selling it completely.
right,
They're selling a part of it, and
right,
they're selling the streaming
part
part
of it.
more of it
Right,
to Netflix. Netflix only wants the streaming. They
right.
want the HBO. They want the Sopranos. Um, crazy crazy as it sounds,
Sounds right.
the Sopranos has they want the Friends. They want the Sopranos. Friends has the Warner Brothers is part of that Friends. Friends is a part of the Warner Brothers thing.
And
Sopranos is a part of the Warner Brothers.
mm,
HBO, um, different aspects,
mm.
and
and I think
yeah, I
part of
mean,
that
it'll
deal,
be the biggest streaming platform in the world.
right? And I think reason why, like you said, that's why Amazon wanted on it and Paramount because of the streaming. You're absolutely right. But here's the thing too: whoever can get, and I think part of the deal is that whoever takes control of the streaming has to be part of the distribution for Warner Brothers. So if Warner Brothers ever makes, I'm saying,
They
I
have
think
to,
from,
yeah. I think that has to be that has to go into effect. That if they do buy the whole company, they have to continue to
provide
to
distribution,
to make music. I mean, to make movies, create content.
right?
That means to create. You got
No, I mean is
the HBO studio. HBO probably has a studio.
no, not only create the
Everybody has a
content, but
studio.
also provide distribution. Because if Warner Brothers sells their platform, then they cut part of the distribution aspect out. But if they could sell it with the idea, if I make a movie, that you'll give me the right to distribute it through you, whatever movie I make.
Well, I think that's already part of
The deal. Yeah.
There's a. If you look at how it's been grouped, it's like, they get the whole company.
Mhm.
Remember, there's not the Warner Brothers is a whole massive conglomerate
Right.
of different,
They got,
different
they got the cartoons too.
different aspects of it. You got the movie aspect where they're physically shooting movies, studios in Hollywood.
Right.
Then you got the streaming platform. That means all this information.
Yeah. And don't forget
all
about the
this-
animation. The
Yeah,
cartoons.
all this. But I mean that falls into the streaming.
Mhm.
All that into the streaming platform.
Right.
Then you have the different channels
Right.
that like Discovery or something.
Mm-hmm.
Something you got different channels that go
You're right.
into that.
Discovery is one of them. Yep. Discovery. Yep. Discovery is one of them
So you got
Yeah.
different the channels are different entities,
that are part
and
of
I
it.
think that they're gonna create a different channel like Discovery Plus or something. And
Right.
it's gonna be its own entity,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be it'll be like like a s- you know a publicly traded company. There's been talks of stuff like that with one of those companies.
Right.
We don't know because we don't know the actual details and how they're gonna,
They're gonna
how
do
they're
it.
gonna, how is Netflix going to, it's a new marriage and
Right.
they gotta set the
Set
whole
the thing up.
all the parameters up.
Now speaking
But
of
they also said if it fails, I don't know if you heard this,
okay.
that Netflix will hand Warner Brothers $5 billion.
Oh, oh yeah. I think it was 6 actually.
It's $5 billion if
Yeah.
it. That means
nothing goes
because
through.
that's you're splitting the company. If it
Right.
doesn't work out, you're already splitting the company.
Right.
So usually here's $5 billion for all your trouble.
Troubles. Right.
So I mean,
Right.
I mean,
So
if Warner Brothers are smart, I would
yeah.
just say just sabotage it just to get an extra
$5 million.
$5 million. Create
Yeah.
the different companies
Yeah.
anyway and
And
create.
also the if the deal goes through, the president of or the CEO of Warner Brothers gets like $100 million cut. If the $86 billion goes through, he gets $100 million advance on top of the sale. That's
That's
only
pretty
if the
cool.
sale goes through as
That's
well.
pretty. I think it's gonna go through. I think it's gonna
Well,
go through. It's
with all this being said, especially with Netflix building their studio just 45 minutes down off the Highway 195 in Monmouth Junction, the old Navy Yard. Their first building will be up by next summer because it's not really but a giant airport hangar, so it doesn't take long to build that. It takes like 4 months to build a hangar, and then the building around it is maybe another 4 months. So probably by summer they'll have their first studio up and running. But with all that going around, and back to what we're talking about, what's going on with Trenton, is that all this activity is happening
it's going
around
outside of Trenton.
Trenton, and
Everything,
even Newark is getting Lionsgate.
well, like you said, the old AMC building,
Mhm.
the 20 AMC 2024.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
it's
there was
going to become a children's hospital.
24 theaters, right?
Right.
It was a mecca of movie theaters.
Right.
You could go there with $100 and at one time and watch like 10 movies. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there was,
That's right.
there was always something there to do.
Mm-hmm.
You could sit there. They had a little arcade.
Yeah.
It
Jump
was
from movie theater to movie
yeah.
theater.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like with $100, you can physically jump from theater to theater. Hey, and
Have
sit
your
there all day.
popcorn,
Sit there
hot
all
dogs,
day and
yeah.
binge on movies. If you work there,
Yeah.
you could watch movie after movie after movie.
Mhm.
I mean, I know people that used to make $60,000-$70,000 a year just being a manager for that place.
Mhm.
And when a company just boom, like the person that made the 70,000 no longer makes that. They just all right, yeah, there's no job. We gotta let you go. But now that AMC's been closed for about a good 5-6 years there.
Right.
AMC 24,
It's a shame
5-6 years.
too. That building's not that old either.
The building is humongous. It's
It's only like 20 years. Well, now it's about
no, it's
25. Because he built it in '99, right? 2000.
97,
It's not around there.
98, 97, 98.
Yeah. So it's
So you're
only
talking
like,
about 28 years.
yeah. So it's not that old.
What I found out is that Chop has decided to buy the building.
Right.
So and
They're going to tear it down.
instead of using the existing platform, they're like, well, we don't need big theaters,
Right.
upslope theaters to, we need
Level.
level. So they're gonna completely demolish the building and just repurpose it and repurpose the land
It's a shame. It's
on
actually
how
a beautiful building.
it is a beautiful building. How they want to use, because remember, the cost, they want to keep the cost. They don't want to buy something that they can't, they're not going to use. So we all know CHOP, Children's Hospital, right? Well, while we're getting a new kind of type in Hamilton, it's getting a new type of hospital, Children's Hospital.
Right.
It might alleviate the pressure of Robert Wood, or even yet your specialist, instead of going to Philly, right? You can go here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what the purpose is. Instead of going to Philly and it always overwhelming them there, it'll be people can go out here instead of getting up 6 o'clock in the morning. You can go 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Oh, you're eight. We'll be right there. It's right there. Well, back to say this. Well, Trenton, how many hospitals? Trenton has just lost about
Just
two
lost St.
hospitals.
Francis just
Two
now.
hospitals.
Just a couple weeks ago, he lost St.
Yeah,
Francis completely.
2 hospitals
Now we're down to
in the
one.
last 20 years, right? 2 hospitals? Yeah.
Yep.
Mercer Hospital and St. Francis.
St. Francis.
They now only have Helen Food.
Full. Yeah.
Food, Capital Health Food.
Yeah.
And Helen Food isn't like a complete purpose, emergency room. It's like, it's not the type of emergency room it used to be.
Right.
You can't just walk in and say, I have a stomach ache. No.
Yeah.
That's not an emergency.
No.
If you it has to like
Hmm.
it's weird now.
I'm
Um,
I'm surprised that Capitol Health didn't take over St. Francis or
I
refurbish.
thought that too,
Yeah.
but they're demolishing that building too.
Yeah.
But what is well, back to the chop thing? Guess what? While Trenton in the last 20 years has lost hospitals, and you know why? Because Princeton, the rise of Princeton,
Hmm.
right? Princeton Hospital,
Princeton
the
Hospital.
rise of Hopewell,
Hopewell.
the rise of Robert Wood,
Hmm.
and they're now the soon to be the rise of CHOP out here in Hamilton, where literally it could have happened in Trenton.
Trent.
They have a whole bunch of property out there
Right.
they could demolish and build CHOP downtown, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where the
Downtown or
old
Mercer Hospital on Boulevard on
yeah,
Bellevue Avenue.
well, Mercer Hospital could have been built there. I mean, the new hospital, St. Francis,
Well, they could
CHOP
build it
could have
right on
CHOP
State Street.
yeah, CHOP could have been built right down near St. Francis.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But guess what? It's happening somewhere else.
Right.
Right? Because Trenton doesn't want to revitalize itself.
No.
They could say, "Hey, we'll
The
give you
city
this,"
leaders in Trenton don't want prosperity for the Trenton.
and we're not talking
And
about every leader.
no,
We're not
not every
talking
leader.
about. We're not talking
But what I
about
mean
the
is,
faces that you see,
it's like the
like the
majority,
council.
not
We're
the
talking
minority,
about. We're
just
talking
the
about
majority.
We're talking about the ones who puppeteer
Right.
what happens.
And unfortunately, that's the majority, not the minority. I'm not saying it's all city council or anything like that, but
No,
when
we're not
you
talking
have
about. We're not talking about city.
yeah,
This is bigger than city council.
yeah,
This is bigger than the mayor. It's the people who. It's the committees who control the outside. It's the outside influences who control the inner workings of the city that holds it back. Like I said, look at AMC. AMC could have been in Trenton.
yeah, good.
Yeah, I mean, at a
There's a
time,
lot of places
and
I
I'm
can
not
see.
saying that oh my God, the crime, you know, well, there's nothing
Well,
in Trenton, so of course there can be crime.
mm-hmm.
If you give people something, then the city could flourish. You
Flourish,
know what I'm
right?
saying? Like,
Hmm.
you know,
You know,
look at
far
all these
as
things that
re-education on work ethics and work abilities, which would thrive. Of course, one of the major things is curbing crime. You know, that's one of the
better
reasons.
education.
But
We need the
education,
education
yeah, and having the full investment of companies. But see, the thing is,
opportunities. We need
one has to
opportunities.
give on the other.
Yeah.
Because if your city is filled with crime, no business wants to come in there. So if you can curb crime to a point, I mean, like you were talking about before, like in New York, somebody 10 blocks down can have a murder or a robbery, but still 5 blocks away they're having a party still,
Yeah,
and everybody's still thriving.
but New York
It's a
is
different,
what 70 times
bigger.
the size of Trenton.
Right.
Trenton's only seven
That's what.
radius
That's my
blocks.
point. Trenton's
Seven,
so small.
a 7 mile radius around.
That's my point.
So you can't do nothing.
Trenton is so small. You can do something because it's so small, and there's a lot of blocking of that. They don't want nothing to happen. Trenton's so small that it's such a small city, like I said, 7.5 square miles, that you can have prosperity in the city. There's a train station that's always packed.
Trenton
people don't
Skyline.
see-
Listen, Trenton Skyline.
Yeah.
I mean, even Hamilton Skyline. Look at up the street where the old Kmart is.
Oh yeah.
Could you imagine high-rise buildings
building.
up there?
Yeah. You're right.
There's potential.
Potential. Yeah, there's a lot of potential.
There's so much potential.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's so many things you can introduce into Trenton, especially with sports. Like going to New York, they have the soccer or something like that. I forgot the big tournament that's happening, right? And
FIFA tournament,
FIFA tournament. You know,
World Cup.
World Cup. Thank you. You know, and even if Trenton, even if Trenton put in, like New Jersey put in for the Olympics, like say like the Winter Olympics.
It'll never happen.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm basically saying is that it's such a hub, a central hub. You know, people can stay in Trenton. They hop on the train and they can go to the FIFA.
But the thing
all
is, there's
sports.
nothing here to draw on here.
Exactly.
And
And
unfortunately,
there can be, but there's too much, like you said, too much interference.
unfortunately,
and
the
blocking.
only time you want to draw people to Trenton is 3 times.
Mhm.
Anytime you're using the stadium or the park, right, or the arena.
Right.
Anytime an election rolls around,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
There's one is sporting events,
Hmm.
two electoral events,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
And what is the third one?
Theater.
Correct. Theater during this month.
You know.
I don't know if you know, is
Yeah.
the reenactments is a big draw.
Oh, you're talking about the Washington Crossing.
Correct.
Yeah, but yes.
Downtown Trenton,
Yeah.
you know,
The battle.
the battle Trenton,
Right.
they have that, and
Mm.
it's a big draw. It supposedly
You know,
is a big draw.
there's another thing too that Trent lacks is that with these events that with the baseball set, like say it in the summertime, or in the wintertime, you have the Battle of Trenton. There's a lack of transportation, and you have to drive there. There's nowhere people can just park,
Correct.
even though there's a lot of parking in Trenton, especially on the weekends. People like visitors and tour.
There's no designated
Yeah,
visitors
for
parking.
parking exactly, where they could take you to the arena, where they could take you to. And I proposed this to you guys are probably going to smack me on this one, but I proposed this back when Tony Mack was mayor. And then when there was a thing for Trenton, like the all night, and I said we should have a visitors parking area, so to take you to the baseball stadium, to take you to the river line. There should be like a little, like in Atlantic City, they had like the little dinky bus. So if you go for, because if you go to the arena and the baseball stadium, you have to get off the closest you can get off is Cash Street on the river line, and you still have to cross the highway. You got to walk all the way down. But if you have like a bus service that will pick you up, because you paid your ticket or charged like a
But
dollar.
that goes into an attraction.
Yeah, thank you.
If they had a tourism kind
Yeah.
of attraction, something that
Mhm.
can bring people here.
Even
I mean, Trenton's history is amazing. If
no,
if
I even
we exploited it
yeah,
for its rich culture,
yeah,
like for the historical aspects
right.
of what Trenton is about.
How about this?
I mean, Trenton could thrive,
Yeah, how about
but
this
the
too?
people, the powers that be,
Be
don't allow it to happen.
yeah. Another draw could be Mercer County historical tour. You could take a tour of Mill Hill. You could take a tour of the William Trent House. You could do a tour of where the Battle of Trenton happened in Princeton.
We
Yeah,
should do something like that.
you know, there could be
I mean, I'm
yeah,
serious. You
yeah.
and me should
Mhm.
set something up.
So, yeah,
Me and you go like via vehicle and go survey and say, all right, let's create a tour ourselves.
you could do that. Yeah, because I've been to
You,
all
you
these
see,
places.
you see that
Yeah,
we're creating
let
a
me
tour
see.
ourselves.
And if whoever's running, I'm not mentioning names right now, for mayor of Trenton, here's an idea that could really draw tourism. Even though if me and Ralph did it, yeah, but it can really be. I mean, oh, how about this? There's historical railroads that New Jersey Transit thinking about bringing back. To go to Pennington, Hopewell. They're thinking about from Ewing Township to New York again, where it used to be. They said that Ewing Township used to be the second northeast corridor, the train station in Ewing.
Hmm.
You know. Oh, and how about this? There's an airport even near Trenton, 20 minutes from us.
Not even. It's 15.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
It's 15
And
minutes
there's
up
not
the road.
and there's one bus that goes there and it's a local bus, but it's
And
terrible service.
they've been they've been
There's no like
physically upgrading it, and it's slowly going to get bigger.
right. So the basically is that we need a visitor spot where people go in. We need to bring in the tourism, especially around this time when you have the schools and stuff like that. There should be like a county tour of all historical sites. Even in Hamilton, you have the Abbott Farmhouse, Veterans Park,
Cruiser Mansion.
Thank you. So there's a lot of historical things that you can do. It's a nice 2-day tour, and if there was a hotel in
Even
Trenton,
if it's a day tour,
yeah, even a day tour.
we'll
Yeah,
have to think about. We'll have to
yeah,
do that.
and then you can stop and have breakfast in one place or
We're
lunch in
gonna
another.
we're gonna leave this for another topic.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just see what I mean. Remember what I said. It crossed my mind.
Yeah. Me and him are gonna talk about the tourism thing.
Tourism thing.
But this is in my circle,
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
and
Yeah.
this is my
That's okay.
producer,
He's taking me home. So.
my producer and friend, my producer and best friend Ruben. Check
Yeah.
him out, and Dexter, the new Dexter, right? The
Yeah,
new
Dexter
Check
Resurrection.
that out, the
Okay.
Resurrection.
And also,
Um,
you can catch me next season coming up. And actually, if anybody knows this girl, her name is Rachel Sanat. or Senate, as my nephew calls her. I thought it was Senate, but it's apparently it's Senate. I'm in the I Love LA, I think. I got to check it out myself. And what else? Oh, I just in February I'll probably mention again the American Love Story, the JFK story, Junior.
Also, he helped write a book.
Oh yeah,
We're not going to release the name yet,
just yet. I gotta wait for the
the
exact approval.
but he helped write a book, and
And it's kind of supposed to be coming out. I was told by mid-January, maybe sooner.
that means we're going to have him help me write mine. Yeah,
I
it'll
heard
be
that.
another Amazon book, maybe.
I heard you.
But this is In My Circle. I'm Ralphie Ryan.
You're
This is
out.
Ruben, and we're out. And listen, if you like what we're talking about, please like, share, subscribe, comment. Not all the topics are going to touch base, and they're not going to all relate to you. But if you like some of my comments, some of my posts, some of my videos, check them out. I put various things up there, and we're constantly trying to evolve. If you notice, I don't have that many views, so give me some views, give me a like, give me a share, give me a comment. Help me, get get my subscribers. Yeah, if you can subscribe, it'll be great. Yeah, help me out, please. We're trying to grow this channel. All right, thank you, and happy holidays. Be out, and we're out.